Ever tripped and found yourself landing face first into a puddle of your own making? Welcome to the club. Life is a lot like a slip and slide. You're cruising along and everything is going great. Then whoops, you find yourself skidding across the grass, covered in water and mud. It's messy, it's unexpected, and yes, it can be a little embarrassing. But here's the twist. Those spills, those stumbles, those oh no moments, they're not just puddles of disappointment. They're pools of potential. They're opportunities for growth, learning, and turning oops into ahas. So next time you find yourself sprawled out on the ground, take a moment and look around. You might just find that you've landed in a place of possibility. But hey, there's more to this puddle than just wet clothes. Let's dive in. So what is failure? Is it the culinary disaster of a cake that looks more like a volcanic eruption? Perhaps. Now imagine this. You're excited about baking a perfect cake. You've got your ingredients, your recipe, and your enthusiasm. But when you open the oven, boom, what greets you is an unexpected mountain range of a cake. It's not what you planned, but it happened. This, my friends, is a sweet example of failure. It's when things don't go according to plan, when your cake decides to impersonate a volcano, or when your calculations miss the mark. And let's be honest, we've all been there, and it's not a good feeling. But here's the twist. Failure, much like our volcanic cake, isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just an unexpected outcome. It's a result that says, hey, something went a bit wonky here. Let's figure out what. But remember, even volcanic cakes have a certain charm to them. Imagine your brain. Is it lounging on a couch or pumping iron at the gym? Now don't take this as a weird question. We're not talking about your brain sprouting arms and legs and heading off for a workout. We're talking about mindsets. There are two primary mindsets that people tend to have, a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. Think of the fixed mindset like a couch potato. It's comfortable, it's easy, it's the I am what I am, and that's all that I am kind of thinking. This mindset believes that our abilities are set in stone. You're either good at something or you're not, end of story. It's like believing that if you're not born a world-class athlete, you might as well not even bother trying to run a mile. On the other hand, we have the growth mindset. This is your brain at the gym, pumping iron, always striving for improvement. A growth mindset believes that abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. It's the I may not be there yet, but I can get there with effort type of thinking. This mindset sees every challenge as an opportunity to learn and grow. It's like understanding that even if you can't run a mile today, with practice and perseverance, you might just surprise yourself tomorrow. Now let's get one thing clear. Having a fixed mindset doesn't make you a bad person, and having a growth mindset doesn't make you a superhero. We all have a bit of both, depending on the situation. But the key is to recognize when we're sinking into that comfy couch and when we're ready to hit the gym. The beauty of adopting a growth mindset is that it enables us to learn from our failures rather than be defeated by them. It helps us to see that each oops moment is a stepping stone to becoming better, stronger, more resilient. So, is your brain ready to get off the couch? Ever heard of Thomas Edison? How about J.K. Rowling? Just like you and me, these famous faces encountered their fair share of failure before they basked in the glory of success. Let's take a short stroll down memory lane, shall we? First up, we have Thomas Alva Edison, the genius inventor known for the electric light bulb. But did you know his journey to illumination wasn't exactly a cakewalk? In fact, Edison was a poster child for persistence. As he famously stated, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Now that's what we call shining a light on failure. Then there's J.K. Rowling, the wizard behind the Harry Potter series. Before she could enchant the world with her magical tales, Rowling faced numerous rejections. Her manuscript was turned down by 12 publishing houses. But did she let that stop her? Absolutely not. She picked up her quill, dusted off the rejection letters, and penned a phenomenon. Today, her books have sold over 400 million copies worldwide. Let's not forget Walt Disney, the man whose imagination gave us Mickey Mouse and Cinderella. Walt was once fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination and having no original ideas. Fast forward a few years, and he's the pioneer of animated films and the creator of Disney World and Disneyland. Talk about a plot twist. And last but not least, we have Steven Spielberg, who made some of the coolest movies ever, like E.T., and didn't get into a special movie school he wanted to join. Not once, but 3 times. Instead of giving up, he taught himself how to make amazing movies, showing us all that if you keep trying, you can still make your biggest dreams come true. See? Even the greats had their not-so-great moments. The common thread weaving through these stories? Each of these individuals saw failure as a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. They understood that to fail is to learn, and to learn is to grow. So next time you face a setback, remember, you're in good company. If failure was a person, it'd be that brutally honest friend. The one who tells you when you have spinach stuck in your teeth or when your favorite shirt actually isn't as flattering as you think. At first, these truths might sting a little, but in the end, they're helping you improve, right? That's what failure does. It holds up a mirror and shows us where we're going wrong. It's not about making us feel bad, but about giving us a chance to do better next time. Imagine you're learning to ride a bike. The first time you try, you wobble. You might even fall off. That's failure. But does that mean you'll never learn to ride a bike? Of course not. You pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and try again. Each fall, each failure teaches you something new. Maybe you need to balance better, pedal slower, or hold the handlebars tighter. You take these lessons, apply them, and before you know it, you're gliding down the street, wind in your hair, all thanks to failure. So let's not treat failure like that unwelcome guest at a party. Instead, let's invite it in, learn from it, grow with it. Because failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of the journey towards it. So maybe it's time we start appreciating our brutally honest friend. How about starting a failure diary? Sounds fun, doesn't it? Let's dive into the art of learning from our oops moments. Imagine if we could turn every stumble into a step forward, every blunder into a leap of wisdom. Well, we can. It's all about perspective and a dash of practicality. First, take a moment to reflect on what went wrong. Was it a mistake in judgment? Or perhaps a lack of information? Or maybe you just tripped over your own shoelaces? Whatever it was, identify the cause. Knowing the why behind the oops is half the battle. Next, don't shy away from feedback. Yes, it might sting a little, but feedback is like aloe vera on a sunburn. It soothes, heals, and helps you recover stronger. So ask for it, embrace it, learn from it. Now here's where the failure diary comes in. Jot down your mistakes, your reflections, your learnings. Make it a habit. Make it fun. You could even sketch out your fails if you're artistically inclined, or use emojis if words aren't your thing. The point is to document your oops moments, not as a record of your missteps, but as a roadmap to your growth. Finally, apply what you've learned. Turn those lessons into action. After all, wisdom is knowledge in motion. Remember, every oops is an opportunity to grow. So the next time you stumble, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and say, "Oops, I grew again." How about giving your mind a good stretch? Imagine your mind as a piece of elastic that can become more flexible with each pull. That's precisely what a growth mindset is all about. The first step to stretching your mind is to embrace challenges. Think of them as brain gymnastics. Each challenge is a hurdle that you need to cross, and with every leap, you're enhancing your mental flexibility. Next, remember that effort is the path to mastery. Just like a rubber band doesn't stretch on its own, your mind won't expand without some hard work. Don't shy away from putting in the time and effort to learn something new. Now let's talk about criticism. It might sting a bit, like an overzealous stretch, but it's a crucial part of our growth. Learn to accept constructive criticism graciously, and use it as an opportunity to improve. Finally, the success of others isn't a threat, it's an inspiration. When others succeed, don't tighten up with jealousy. Instead, let their achievements inspire you to stretch further. Developing a growth mindset is like training for a mental marathon. It requires patience, dedication, and most importantly, the belief that you can improve. Remember, every time you face a failure, you're offered a chance to stretch your mind and grow. So when life pulls you back, it's just getting ready to catapult you into your next victory. So, are you ready to stretch? What's the take-home message from our little trip today? We've learned that failure is not a dead-end street, but a detour towards a better destination. It's like baking a volcano cake when you aimed for a flat one, or like your brain deciding whether to hit the gym or the couch. Remember the famous faces who turned their setbacks into comebacks, and how we can turn our own oops moments into opportunities. Next time you stumble, remember, it's just a step towards success. Now, it's your turn to share. We all have our moments, our own personal oops that have taught us something valuable. So let's turn those stumble stones into stepping stones. Share your favorite failure and the lessons you've learned from it in the comments below. Let's make this a space where we can all learn, grow, and chuckle together. Chuckle, who came up with that word? Anyway, remember to like, share, and subscribe for more adventures in learning from life's little oops moments. Until next time, remember that every time you stumble or face a tough moment, you're just one step closer to making your dreams fly high.